Hi, Jobless.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
You are the one making the money now.
Why would you start the conversation like that?
Yes,
Come
now, so I
on.
should be asking
Come
how you're doing
on.
because the
Come
money
on.
is in your ball.
Come on. Why would you start the conversation like that? How are
You're a money
you?
man now.
How are you?
I'm doing good. Um,
Nice.
I'm trying. I've been trying to, you know, work on making more money.
As you should be.
You know,
As you
so
should
that's
be.
why I need you.
I'm happy to be needed.
Let's start with money management because you are into finance and okay, let's do it this way. Tell us what you do
Okay.
and a little bit about your background,
Okay.
and we take it from there.
Okay. Okay, so that's an you know when people ask questions like, "Oh, tell me about yourself." It's always funny because nobody ever gets the same answer. It always depends on like my mood. You know, like some people already have like a scripted answer. Oh, I do this.
Yeah.
Like it just depends on how you take it. Okay, so I'm a taster. I've tasted a lot of things. I've tried a lot of things. I'll keep
Ooh.
tasting. I'll keep trying.
Ooh.
Okay, so
A taster. That's a new one for me.
so let's take it from there.
Okay.
My school background or training is computer science.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Study computer science. However, I have an affinity towards business, finance, making money,
Yeah.
creating solutions, building incredible products and all of that. And then you mix the two of them together, then I find myself working in a tech company, a fintech company. And then the funny part is, okay, yes, you have this passion. How come you're not doing, a tech role in the tech company? You're not doing a quote unquote business or financial role in the tech company. I'm actually working in the marketing team,
Oh yeah.
in the marketing division. So what I do at Bamboo
Yeah.
is I help create content as regards finance, personal finance, teaching people like yourself, investors who want to learn more about investing, who wants to learn, people who want to, grow their wealth. Essentially,
Yeah.
that's what I do. So more or less guiding you through the choppy waters. That's it. That's what I do.
Yeah. For me, I think there's a whole lot of people, especially in this part of the world, that are not literally, they are not real enlightened when it comes to finances. I mean, a whole lot of us used to be like that. I used to be like that too until I started educating myself to know
Yeah.
what's going on out there. So it's a big problem in this society in general.
Absolutely.
So you as a finance person, if you meet me on a regular day now as a normal
As
guy,
you
and
are.
I'm like, bro, I have 10 million that I'm not using. What would you advise me to do?
Once again, straight out the gates. Okay, let's go. You seem to not like
Yeah,
pew. All right,
yeah.
guns are blazing. Okay, great question. First off, this is personal opinion, not I'm not liable to. This is not.
Okay.
This is
Not
not
like
financial
it's
advice. You're
objective or
gonna
something,
you're
yeah.
gonna have to do your own research. So personal opinion. First off, I would need to ask you questions because it's not a one size fits all type of thing.
Okay.
I need to know where you are financially. Quite early, you're like, oh, I have 10 million naira to invest. That 10 million naira could be everything you have in this world.
Yes.
And to another person, it could be just like 2%
Change.
of what they're
Yeah.
holding. You understand?
Yeah.
So first of all, I need to understand where you are financially. I need to understand what are your goals. What are you striving towards? I can't just throw anything at you. What are your goals? Are you just trying to preserve your money? You don't want any wahala. Let me just know that this 10 million naira, yes, it's increasing, no, but it's not that it's increasing that one day is up, the next day I cannot find it again.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I need to understand your goals. I need to understand the type of person you are, how the way you're thinking. Do you just want quick money in and out? You understand? Do you want the money that, maybe this 10 million naira 2 years from now, that 10 million naira can become 11 million, 12 million. There are people like that.
Yes.
And that is like interesting. Those are even the luckiest set of people. You can calm yourself like that. You're the luckiest set of people.
Yeah.
But if you want your 10 million naira to be 15 million naira in 2 months, 3 months, I'm not the guy for this. I'm not the guy for this. But however,
Okay.
I would answer the question. So 10 million, I would advise. So I'm going to speak to someone like myself. I'm young. I'm full of life. I'm ready to take all the risks on earth.
Yeah.
If that 10 million naira gets lost a couple years from now or something, is not what is going to kill me. There'll still be food on the table. You understand?
Yes.
So with that kind of mindset, I'm willing to take risks. So since I'm willing to take risks, I'll probably just put million naira of that one would probably be in cash or something close to cash, something that can be easily accessible if there's anything I need to calm down. So so that 10% would be handled like that, probably cash, and maybe like 500k of it would be in Naira, because I don't fuck with your currency. Just saying. Pardon my French. You understand? So just split that across in assets like that. Then I'll probably put another 10 to 15% of it. That's about 1 to 1.5 into. Okay, we have cash. That one can go into physical commodities, assets, gold. It could either be that I'm actually buying, like, okay, no, you can't afford gold with 1 million, but you could buy, like something that tracks gold, an asset that tracks gold. So there's stuff like that, even on Bamboo app. You buy this asset and, it is tied to gold. The value of this asset is tied to gold, or it's tied to silver, it's tied to commodities like that. Those ones, that is as safe as I'll get. 25% of it is as safe as I'll get. The other part of it, I'm going ham. So you could see about 20 to 30% of that, which is 2 to 3 million, will go into maybe investing in some company, maybe some startup. I have someone that's like, oh, Funmi, give me this money, I want to do this. Take it. Or maybe it's investing in some of your agri-tech platforms. All these ones that'll give you 20% in 6 months or 1 year. That's fine. Take this, take that. Real estate, there's some really cool platforms that allow you to purchase real estate stuff. You can't buy a house with 2 million naira, but you can own a portion of it. So that goes into that. The other 50% of it, I'm going full on risk. I'm investing in the stock market. I'm investing in the US stock market using Bamboo. And I'm going to buy as many interesting stocks as I can think of. I'm going to buy long-term stocks. I'm going to buy stocks that I'm crazy about. I'm going to buy stocks of companies that I really like. And that's how I'm going to manage it. So that 50% is going full on stocks, leaving the Naira and going into stocks and holding that in the long term.
Would you say anybody that has that kind of money and keeps it in the bank is foolish? Nigerian banks especially. Let's just
the person might not be foolish, but the person is close to it.
Close to foolishness, right? When you have such money and I know a whole lot of people that have money sitting in the bank. Yeah. They don't do anything
gathering
with it.
Cobwebs.
They just say, I have savings, I have my current. It's just this.
It's dumb.
And I don't know. You're a finance guy, so you should know.
I mean,
and you're a tech guy.
Okay.
What do banks do with those money?
They use it to make more money for themselves.
Invest.
Fair enough. That's the word. Right. You're not investing your money. You're giving it to somebody else to invest.
So they are making
do they still pay out interest? Maybe like
they do.
They do.
2%,
4%. Yeah. That's a disgrace. You should be ashamed of yourself. Your money should insult you. Like, why are you treating me like this? Do you understand? Like, it's disrespectful to yourself and your finances. You worked hard for that money, and the moment the way I view money is, it's a means to an end, and obviously you should know that.
Yes.
Money, like, if you're packing it just to look at your account balance, then you need to refix your life goals and your life plans. That's my opinion. Once again, everything I'm saying here is my opinion. Don't hold it,
But you're right. It's absolutely the truth.
You worked hard for that money. The moment you've earned 100 naira or 100 million naira, whatever it is within that range, or 100 billion naira, you've worked so hard to earn that kobo. You've worked so hard to earn that 100 naira. Let the money work for you from that point.
Yes.
All the work that you did to get that money is enough. Let the money continue to work for you from that point. Yeah. So I personally believe that what should be in your bank account is what you need to survive each month or each week, or at worst, have your emergency funds, or your life happens in cash or something close to cash, like I said earlier. But other than that, let it just work for you. Like, invest it. Buy assets, you know.
Yeah, interesting. And another thing I've noticed, right, is these days I've had young guys, walk up to me, and they'll be like, "Baba, I'm into Forex, though. I'm into Forex. Come and invest, though." So there was actually one of them that I gave some money to. Okay, we're gonna do this stuff and let me know.
What you're able to do with it.
Let me know what you can do with it within this period. He was so sure.
Excited.
Then it came. Then the time I was supposed to get my funds back, then I go back to him. That so what's up now, Baba? The time you gave me has passed. So what's up with? and story started. And so he was trading, the market crashed, and something happened, the US government, and the money, we couldn't.
I feel like they have a book of excuses that
What
just got for each person. Okay, let's pull this one. The market crashed. Another person, it's the dollar, it's US-China trade war. I feel like they have those excuses.
For me, I have a little bit of knowledge about it, but I need, because of our listeners, I need you to first give us an insight of what this forex thing is about, because everybody is into forex now.
Not everybody is big.
Bro, 40% of Nigerian youths now trade forex. Okay. Some of them don't even have money on their accounts, but they have the platform on their phone. Okay. And they'll tell you, you see, as the market is going as well. I will tell you which market is going. You just lose your money.
Before I answer your question, I want to know, the person that walked up to you, do you have a personal relationship with the person?
Yes.
So in a way, it wasn't just about the money; it was trust.
It was trust. Yes, for me, it was trust. And it was somebody that I know that he is actually a brilliant dude, and I know that. Okay, let me just.
Okay.
So, and I had some cash that I wasn't using. I was like, okay.
Fair enough. And what's your relationship with the person like now? You look at your face.
You know the most annoying thing. When we got into the conversation, he now said, Baba, now waiting happen with that though. But if you want to arrest me, that is the most annoying part. He said, if you want to arrest me,
that is so manipulative.
He said, if you want to arrest, the exact words. He said, if you want to arrest me, I'm in my house. And I felt like, okay, that's insultive, that's disrespectful. I gave you money to,
you can't account
and this is the response you could give me. Then he now came back the next day that was so insensitive of him. Like, so sorry, but I just blanked him.
So did you even get one kobo back?
Nope.
Maybe like, because there's a bill that they give you 20% every month.
I didn't get one. Although he's still telling me he's going to come back stronger and better.
How many months ago was
this? And this is few millions.
How many months ago was this?
I think it's been about 6 months now.
He hasn't come back. Because I know the market has been good recently.
The guy is not coming back.
The market has been good recently, so if he's going to come back, he
would have been back, Abby.
Please come back. Abby, if you're watching this.
I'm sure he's going to watch this.
Okay.
Because I didn't go in depth with him to start dragging him and all that. I just ignored. I was just like, okay,
that's
fine.
The market opening.
Market opening, Abby.
Stock market. That's what that alarm is. 3:30 p.m. stock market.
Yeah.
Open.
So forex.
Forex. First off, I will not say what I don't know. That's the truth. Let me just put that disclaimer out there. I don't know much about forex, and I'm not as educated in
like some other people.
Like I know
we should bring the forex guy in.
I should say that out like blatantly. However, having said that, I know there's a shitload of money to be made there. I mean, like the forex market is large, it's in trillions of dollars. Aside, the little players like your regular day traders that are there. That's where the banks make money. That's where the large institutions around the world make their money. So your money that is deposited there, constantly putting it in. So here's what I'm getting to.
Okay.
When you realize that in this market, this forex market that you're trading in, you're competing against the large institutions. You're competing against the people that can buy your father's island. Do you understand what I'm saying? And when you say that, you realize that, and that's one thing to say. The second thing I should say is that it's a zero-sum game. When you win, another person is losing. When one person loses, another person is winning. You understand? It's like when you're playing football, you're passing it back and forth. At one point in time, you have the ball. At another point in time, another person has the ball. You understand?
At the point somebody score and somebody.
Yeah. So first off, like when you now realize that sometimes when you're making a lot of money or you're on a great streak, it's not because you're spectacular or it's not because you're intelligent. It just so happens to be that the market is in your favor at that point in time. You understand?
Yeah.
Now, having said that, I believe that forex is a market that would be interesting to play at, but you don't want to do it anyhow. Like, you don't want to invest. I mean, see the way you spoke about the money that you lost. You don't want to go and put your house rent there. You just don't want to. I mean, like, the stock market is nowhere close to being as volatile as the forex market. Yet we still tell investors, okay, you don't want to put your house rent there. You understand? So first off, like if you're dabbling into the forex market, if you're trading by yourself, I don't have anything to say to you because I don't know how to. So go and listen to someone who's more educated on the topic. But if you're giving someone to invest on your behalf, first of all, when they tell you some type of astronomical and some spectacular returns, just tell them I'm no longer interested. I don't care who you are. I don't care. Let me say this clearly, and I'm going to say like clearly, very clearly. I don't care who you are. I don't care how close you are to me. I don't care how our relationship is. I don't care how spectacular you are. If you bring me an investment opportunity that you tell me is going to give me 30% every month, I'll tell you no, thank you. I don't want that type of money. I'm not greedy. I'm not hungry. Keep your money. Because as far as I'm concerned, if you're capable of making a 30% return every month, you don't need my money. You don't need it. You honestly do not need. And the reason why I'm saying that is compound interest is a very, very simple topic. Do you realize that if you're making a 20%, let's say you invest, I have this number down. So let's say you invest, you have 100,000 Naira. You put it aside, and every year you make 20% on it. Every year, you make 20%. In 10 years, your 100,000 Naira becomes 600,000 Naira. You didn't touch it. You didn't do anything. It was just compounding. Every year you were making 20% on it. In 20 years, your 100,000 Naira will become 3.8 million Naira. Should I say that again? 100,000 Naira, getting 20% interest on it every year. If you don't touch it, within 20 years, 100K becomes 3.8, let's just say 4 million. So if you're telling me that you can turn, so that's 20% every year. So what is now coming to tell me 20% every month? It means that what you're telling me is you can turn 100,000 Naira to 4 million Naira within 20 months. Within 20 months. Yeah. That's within 2 years, you're turning 100,000 to 4 million Naira. You're turning 1 million Naira to 40 million Naira. Imagine I need my money. So it's either you're selling me some trash or you yourself you're full of trash.
But isn't that what the forex guy sells?
That's why I don't invest there. So first off, like if you're going to okay, now let me piggyback. Okay. So first off, if someone is coming to meet you with 20%, tell the person it's too much. I don't want that type of money. Give me 5% a month. 5% a month is also a lot. It is astronomical. I know it sounds crazy, like this guy say 5% a month. At 5% a month, within about 12 months, you've doubled your money. So in a year, you've doubled your money. That's 100% return. You understand? That's fine. That's fine. The thing is, the human mind, we're greedy. I'm greedy. The fact that I've said I'll turn the money down, I'm greedy. I'm greedy, but at the same time, I think I still know my limits. And the thing is, we're always looking for something that makes it that's too good to be true. You understand? I mean, 3 years ago, forex didn't have this type of frenzy.
No.
But there was something else. Do you understand what I'm saying? There was something else that was the huge deal that everybody was into. I don't want to mention a name because we already know it, that it has been overflogged.
It's MMM.
And it has been overflogged. You understand?
I'll mention that name.
You know, it has been
the
overflogged.
Russian guys.
You understand? So the thing is, I honestly understand. Like people are making a lot of money there. They're making a lot of money. Like I'm not even denying. There's a lot of money to be made there. It's just not my own money that will be made there. It's just not for me. You understand?
Yes.
So I say that because a couple years from now, when a lot of people have gotten into the forex market and they've lost and they've gotten and they've lost and they've got, by the time forex is no longer the frenzy and forex leaves that space, there'll be something else. There'll be something else. There's this void that constantly needs to be filled, which is the void of free money, easy money, quick money. Free money, easy money, quick money. So if it wasn't MMM, it'll be something else. If it wasn't forex, it'll be something else.
Come to think of it, what happened to the MM guys? It just disappeared.
I don't know. I don't know.
Disappeared.
Is it the same way your guy disappeared? The only difference is that you know him and you know his house.
They disappeared with that money.
No explanation, no.
And you can't hold them to it, can you? Did you sign you don't have a contractual
anything
obligation
Ponzi scheme, I'm never part
so
of it.
there's just going to be something else, and this is not, I mean, I know I've insulted forex, so it's too late for me to take it back.
no.
It's too late for me to save face. I don't want you to come and insult me. There's a lot of money to be made there. There's a shitload of money to be made there, but I feel like you just need to caution people. There are just some things you should say no to. They're just something.
So what are the basic difference when it comes to the stock market and the forex market? I know forex is foreign exchange, right? Strictly, but stock now you're into product, you're into services, you're into so many things. But what's the major line, the difference between both? Like what
I would say the difference is the underlying assets. So let me tell you what I mean. Assuming you bought this for $2,000, right? The $2,000 that's left your hand, this is what you're holding on to.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? It's a similar concept. Forex, I honestly don't know what the underlying asset is. The underlying, I don't know what it is. But the stock market, for every share that you're purchasing, the underlying asset is the company itself. Do you understand me?
Okay.
So, for example, I love Apple. You understand? And I purchase Apple shares. I know that these shares that I own, they mean that I am an owner of Apple. They mean that this Apple company, when Apple is doing well, I'm doing well. When Apple needs to make an important decision, as a shareholder, even if it's just $20 worth of Apple, they have to get my opinion. And I'll give you another example. So, for example, one of my favorite companies on earth is Disney.
Yeah.
Disney is one stock that I've owned for months now, and I've made a good return on it. You understand? And the reason why I invested in Disney is I just love the company. I love, growing up, I used to watch Disney a lot. You know, I love the stuff that they put out. I love the fact that they have parks, they have recreational centers, huge tourist attraction.
Yes.
I also love the fact that they're competing with Netflix, with, you know, Disney Plus, that streaming service. That alone is enough for me to say, you know what, I love this company, I want to purchase shares in this company. So unlike the forex market, when I purchase shares in Disney, it means that I own Disney. For as long as Disney is alive, it is there.
Still there.
It is there. I can always lay claim to my cash. I can always sell it. When Disney, you want to come in, but let me just finish my statement. When Disney makes a lot of profits, they'll be like, oh, as a shareholder, this is your portion, this is your dividend. When Disney, just last week, I even posted it on my Twitter. I screenshot it and posted it on Twitter. Disney, they're having the board of directors meeting, and then they send an email to every Disney shareholder who bought their stock through Bamboo, saying that, we're trying to make key decisions. We're trying to make key decisions, so we would like to get your votes for these 20 shares that you own, for this 1 share that you own, for this 0.5 share that you, for this 0.001 share that you own. Come and vote. I clicked the link, even though I didn't know all the people there. I saw the names of the BOD, the ones that I knew. The ones I knew, I was like, okay, yes, I want him here again. I want her here again. The people that I didn't know, I'm like, abstain. You understand? You vote for it, and that in itself makes me feel fulfilled.
Yeah.
You understand? So you can come in.
So buying stock too, you lose money.
Yeah,
sometimes there are situations where you invest so much in the stock and everything will just wipe out.
Certainly.
So where is the wiping coming from? Is it not the same forex driven kind of market?
No.
Because it's the same way you can lose all your money in forex.
Yeah.
They'll just tell you one plane crashed somewhere in one country that has nothing to do with you in Nigeria and your money is gone. It happens in stocks too, right? What's that?
Okay. So the stock market, as with every other market, is driven by 2 factors.
Okay.
And those are the 2 most what's the word now? I don't know what to use. But those are the 2 most natural human characteristics: fear and greed. And like I said, it's a zero-sum game. So what would lead to a crash? Or first of all, the same thing that will lead to a crash is the same thing that will lead to the price doubling or the price skyrocketing. People see that this thing is crazy. There's a frenzy. A huge number of people are running into it. They're greedy. They want to make, a huge return.
Yeah.
And then something that is typically supposed to be worth $100 is now worth $500.
Yes.
That happens. You understand? The crash, it could be that, as with what happened with the pandemic, coronavirus. Coronavirus affected airlines. Because there's coronavirus, airlines are not flying, planes are grounded. As a result of that, you saw stocks of airline companies sinking.
Yeah, sinking.
Down 40%, down 50%, down 60%, and maybe some down 20%. Although a bunch of them are climbing back up right now. So here's the difference. Even when it comes down, so it comes down because of fear, maybe people are afraid that something's about to happen, and they're like, oh, let me pull my money out. I want to pull my money out. It comes down because some people just want to cash out. They're like, okay, I've turned $100 into $150 and I'm satisfied. Let me take my money and go. You understand? Like fear, cashing out, all of that stuff. But essentially, what I'm trying to still make you look at is the underlying assets. So even when the pandemic had affected airlines and planes were grounded, these companies still existed.
Yes.
I still knew that even though the airline market, the aviation market industry is down, American Airlines is still a company that exists. United Airlines still exists. Spirit Airlines still exists. And I know that my equity in this company is still there, and I can still own it for 5 years from now when there's nothing like coronavirus, amen. 20 years from now when all of this was just something in the past. That's the thing about it, the underlying assets. Also, Forex, I'm not aware, but I don't think that anybody gets into the Forex market with a long-term plan. It is more or less like if you're making a trade, you intend to close your trade within a few minutes or hours, or maybe at worst like overnight or a few days. You understand?
Yes.
You open a trade, you close it. You open a trade, you close it. You open a trade, you close it. But the stock market, you purchase the share. I mean, there are people who have held shares for 20 years, 30 years. I mean, there are families that their entire wealth is in the stock market, and what they pass down from generation to generation is maybe 100,000 units of one company shares. So it's essentially the underlying assets.
Yeah,
that's
but
the key difference.
But the question I'm asking is, there are situations when, let's say you invest $20,000 into a company now, and you know, okay, I'm part of this company, right? And some situation happen, and the 20,000 is no more. Are you saying there are no situations like that? Like they'll just tell you the market crash and your money is gone?
Not really. Yes,
it doesn't happen.
I'll clarify. I'll clarify. So even when, here's where we now need to put a distinction. At the end of the day, even when the market crashes or something is down and you've lost the monetary value or the resale value of what you bought, that thing is still existent. So in situations where $10,000 fall down to $8,000. This is where, what I'm just going to say is that this is where strategy comes in, and this is where the type of person that you are comes in. Okay, I don't know if I'm getting your question nail on, but I'm going to answer it in my way, and maybe you extract what you can from that. Okay, so for example, before you purchase any company, before you purchase shares or stocks of any company or whatever, you need to perform your own research. You shouldn't just purchase a company for the sake of it. I mean, there are different types of companies. So in the stock market, in the US stock market, you can have companies that are worth $100 million, that their entire value is $100 million. You can have companies that their entire value is $1 billion. And you have companies that their entire value is 100 billion, 1 trillion, 2 trillion. There's no crash in hell that can turn a $100 trillion company to $0. I mean, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, Apple is worth about $1.5 trillion.
Yes.
All the crashes on earth that want to happen, there's only so much by which it can fall. That's why I'm coming. So for example, circle back to when the coronavirus pandemic happened. This time last year, March, there was a huge market crash.
Yes.
In fact, if you got in there, you'd be very rich.
No.
You understand what I'm trying to say? So for example, you saw companies trading for pennies on the dollar, like companies that their typical value is $100, they're trading for $40. Companies that their typical value is $1,000, they're trading for $200. But they not turn to zero now. You cannot turn to zero. As long as, so that's why I'm trying to get rid of that mindset where your $200,000 becomes zero. No, it can't happen.
Yeah.
Unless the company goes bankrupt. And even then, what's happening is there will be a formal process where the company is delisted from the stock market. You understand what I'm saying? So the worst that you would see is your $1,000 has become $400, or your $1,000 has become $200, and it happens. I mean, a lot of bamboo investors experienced this in March when the stock market crash happened. When the market crash happened, where $100 became $40, the price of shares of companies were falling. It happens. So that's where your strategy comes in. Strategy and the type of person you are. So when we talk about strategy, we're like, why are you investing? Are you investing to make a quick buck? If you're investing to make a quick buck, then you better just run away because you've lost that money.
Yes.
You understand? But if you're investing in the long term, when you see that the market is crashing, it's one of the best buying opportunities ever. You understand? And I'll give you an example. Virgin Galactic, SPCE. Love that company so much. I love it so much. What they're trying to do is they're trying to get humans into space. Like that's just what they're doing. You understand? So love it so much. As at January last year, or it was trading at about $25. As at March 12, it got as high as $40 per share. Right? And then the market crash happened, and then $40 became $15, $12, $10. At that point in time, if you don't have,
like you said, fear.
Yeah, fear. If you're afraid, you don't have a strategy, you're just faffing around, you're not intentional, you're not aware of the type of person you are, you don't have a goal, you're not thinking in the long term, then you'd run away. You understand? But that actually posed one of the best buying opportunities ever. So for example, I have a very good friend, great guy, also works in Bamboo, my colleague. Shout out to Dami. You understand? So Dami happens to have bought, he happens to have bought the stock of Virgin Galactic right before the crash. You understand what I'm saying? And I was like, for me. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, calm down. Like, this company is still there. This is something that we love. This is something that is great. This is something that, they're doing an incredible job. So you know what? Why don't you just calm down and let's hold it. Held it, probably even bought a few more. Because what now happened is you bought it at $35, but now it's trading at $17. You can buy some and reduce your average price. Yes. As of yesterday, this stock was trading at $52 per share. 52.
Wow.
So a person who bought it at 15 has done 3x on their investments.
And
the person who bought it at
8 has done like...
You've done like 5x a bit. Yeah, like 5 or 7x.
Yeah, but that moment when it's crashing and it got to $8, is there possibility they could get to $0?
It's not possible. From my understanding, it's not possible. Because the most...
Because
last okay, so last $8 will become $1. $1 will become 50 cents.
Yeah.
50 cents will become 20 cents. And even when it is worth 20 cents, that's why. So here's the thing, I don't want to go too deep into the technical stuff, but these figures, at the end of the day, they're arbitrary figures. So I'll tell you what I mean. I'll try and explain it in the lowest form. Yeah. So let's say this is a company in itself. This guy right here is a company. This company is valued at $100. Like the entire company is valued at $100. And we want 100 people to come and buy stake in this company. It means that 100 people are buying it at $1 a share, right? Okay, great. It means that there are 100 shares, all priced at $1 a share. What if we want to say, we don't want it to be 100 shares, let it be 50 shares. So what you then have is 50 shares priced at
$2.
What if we say we don't want it to be 100 shares, we want it to be 1,000 shares? What then happens is, instead of 100 shares at $1, it is now 1,000 shares at 10 cents.
10 cents, yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So in a situation where this $100, 100 shares, $1 per share, it can easily become 5 shares, right? And $20 per share. So what I'm essentially trying to draw is that as long as there's an underlying asset, your $100 can never become zero. Last, what they'll do is, let's say it is $100, it has now fallen to the point where it is worth $1. They'll do a stock, a reverse stock split, where they're like, okay, for every 2 shares that you own, give us the 2 shares, we'll give you 1 share back. So what you've kind of done is you've doubled the price of that particular share, but the asset is still the same. I don't want to go too deep into it, but the flat out answer to the question is no. Your $20 cannot become zero.
Okay.
Last year it will become $1.
Become 1 at least.
But it will not be zero.
Still hope.
Do you get? Yes, exactly. Now you see the picture. So last year your $20. Let's say you were looking for wahala. They told you do not come here in this company, and you said no, I want it. Your $20,000 become $1. It will become 20 cents, but it will not become zero. And that 20 cents would there's still the hope of it, rising back.
So at the time, there was a time personally, right? My personal experience. At the time, there was when I was looking into stock too, to buy few one, and few advisors that I was talking to, they said I should stick my buying power to products that are used mostly on the daily, you know, the likes of the Unilever, the GSKs, that those ones, like Coke, you know, they were really like, if you gamble here, you cannot lose. It might not grow as fast as you think, but you cannot lose. You get so I was looking at those kind of and I tied some money into that. But then again, you see companies like Tesla, like Amazon, you know, Facebook, they will come with, you know, very maybe probably like $200, $245 at a point. Then by the time you check in another 6 1 year,
what, 500?
Is a bunch of thousands. And I'm like, which one is making more sense now? The daily Unilever and Co, or these new tech companies? Where what's going on?
Okay, great. That's a superb question. And what it circles back to is your strategy. There are different types of investments. There are people who invest in only companies that pay dividend. And if you don't know what a dividend is what a company pays out as from their profits. Let's say they made a lot of money, they made a lot of profits, they've invested some of the profits back in the business, and then the other part of the profits is going out to investors to say, oh, thank you for owning us.
Yes.
You understand? There are people who only, if you're not paying dividends, they're not looking to turn their $100,000 into 500,000. They don't want that. They're not interested. Just give them their 10K dividend check every quarter. They're satisfied with that. That's the type of investing. There's dividend investing. There's the blue chip investing, where you're investing in your companies that they are not sinking. They may not give you incredible returns, which was what you were highlighting. They may not give you incredible returns, but you know that your money is not running away. So that's where you now talk about your surefire companies, your Coca-Cola, your Unilever, like you said. I mean, like, we're still going to drink Coke
regardless.
You understand what I'm saying? And Coke is solidified.
Even though sugar is killing you.
I mean, so this is a company that it is where it is, and it is, so companies like that, we tend to call them value investing. So for the best strategy, if you're trying to invest in like a Coke or like your everyday company that you feel like, oh, their price is not going to fall anytime soon, like they're safe. Those type of companies, you want to buy them when their price is low. So the time that, if I were your advisor and I was telling you to buy Coke, the time that I told you to buy Coke was March last year. It was July last year. It was August last year, when, even though this company is still great, their price is low.
Dropped.
You understand what I'm saying? Those ones, they're different type of investing. Now, when you bring in your Tesla and you bring in your Shopify and you bring in Amazon. Amazon itself is already a baba, because it's already worth about $1.3 trillion. There's only so much you can jump. It's not going to double in a couple of days or months. You understand? But when you're looking for, like, you want to go dancing, you want to go and party, you know, the way your Tesla did like 4x or 5x in a year, those types of companies, they're called growth companies. These are companies that you're investing in them because they have huge growth prospects. You're seeing something in them that no one else is seeing. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're seeing that they have the potential to be incredible 2 years from now, 5 years from now, such that your $1,000 can become $5,000. It has done 5x. It has done 6x. So yeah, there are companies like that. The issue is companies like that tend to be a bit more risky, because maybe they're not as large. They're new in the industry, or maybe it's just potential. It is potential, and it's a bit more risky, but no risk, no reward. You understand? So there are a lot of companies like that. If you want to have a conversation about that, we can go and mention about 5 or 10 companies within that space. Those, in fact, last year was a great year for growth companies in the tech sector, because everybody was working from home, and then you began to see the valuations of these companies quadruple, multiply. So you look at an example is Zoom. 2-3 years ago, like, there wasn't a really they weren't even, imagine, Zoom wasn't even publicly listed 3 years ago. You understand? So like, these were companies that maybe 6 months before the pandemic, or a few months, there was nothing really special going on there. But you, as an investor, you're the one that you're looking for this type of diamonds in the rough. You're looking for these high growth companies. You're the one who would have bet your money heavily on them. You're the one who would have bet your money heavily on a Zoom, a Fastly. Or, okay, so I'm even going extra, because those ones is the pandemic that helped them. Tesla it's a journey that has been in the making for years now. if you are somebody that's 5 years ago, 7 years ago, you saw that the future that I'm seeing, there's going to be a potential for electrical vehicles. And aside the fact that there's a potential for electrical vehicles, these cars are incredible. They are pretty.
Yeah.
They're
the best.
Yeah, you understand? Like,
It's
there's
the
a
best
demand.
car you could ever drive.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, it's an incredible experience
Yeah.
too. So what I say? What's the first thing I said? I forgot it. You're seeing that
Electric
there's a
vehicles,
potential
yeah.
for a future with electrical vehicles. Number two, you're seeing that their product is incredible.
Fantastic.
You're seeing that they're the market leader because they don't have any competitors.
Yes.
So these are the characteristics of companies like that. They're the market leaders. They're the first to market. When you think of electrical vehicles, you're thinking Tesla. And then you now see that, okay, their team, they have a pretty inspirational leader. They have an insightful leader. They have an insightful team.
Yeah.
This is a team that's, I feel like they're pretty good. You understand what I'm saying? Then fine, bet heavily on it. Bet heavily
Isn't
on it.
Elon is now the richest man in the world?
I mean,
Yes.
not at the moment, but like when Tesla peaked,
I think at the moment, because I saw this like 2-3 days ago.
So this thing, it's been, I don't know, I could be wrong,
Like,
but I know like
yeah.
it's been up and down. Fact check us, please. It's been up and down. So
Yeah,
for
between
example,
him and
yeah,
Jeff?
so between him and Jeff. I mean,
wow.
he was first for like a couple days. Then Tesla had a pullback by about 7 or 8%. So he was no longer first. Then Jeff Bezos took over. So it's possible that Elon has taken over.
Again.
I mean, those are rich people. I can't be having those
that kind
conversations.
of money, yeah, bro.
It's not your time. Amen.
Okay.
You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, that
But
kind of money,
that's
man.
his own problem. That's his own problem.
So it's still Elon Musk at $188 billion.
But is that the Bloomberg index?
Is that
like
Bloomberg?
the current? Because it could be an article from days ago or something.
No, this is.
How many days ago is that?
Yeah, that's the most important question.
Okay, hold on.
Dude is crazy.
Incredible.
It's crazy. And even if you're looking into stocks with Tesla, you can tell that there are so many harms to the business, to the Tesla brand. They are into solar, they are into the battery, the Hyperloop, all those things, man. So there's no way you can crash on a stock like that.
Jeff Bezos is richer right now.
It's back to Jeff.
Oh,
So
yeah.
they're playing
So
ball
they
with each
keep
other. It's not my own conversation.
It's like swinging in relationship.
You understand? It's like a pendulum. But at the end of the day, it's more likely that Elon will flog him in
I
a couple
swear,
years.
it's so I can
Like,
see it.
in a
I can
couple-
tell.
you can
yeah,
see it.
I can see it
In a
that in a
couple
couple of
years' time.
years, that guy would be.
I mean, because
would be the richest in the world.
when you start talking about the other things that he's doing, you
It's
understand?
insane.
So circling back, that's really it. So if you're that type of person that's the type of investor that I would be. So that's why I give you the example of the Virgin Galactic that I'm invested in, because I mean they have not yet taken anybody to space yet too, but I believe in them.
Yes,
they're the first company doing that mission that are publicly listed. I mean, I want to go to space. So even if I cannot go to space now, let me own a company that is trying to get people to space. I mean, 10 years from now, it could be the most stupid decision I've made in my life. No wahala.
Yes.
Or it could be the greatest.
I think it's going to be on the positive side.
You understand?
A whole lot of people are looking forward to it. And with the vision that so many of these guys are having, that the Earth might get disrupted at some point, that we might move to Mars.
I feel like we're still decades away from that. I mean,
don't be too sure. Don't be too,
century.
Don't be too sure. Anything could happen. No, they just say everybody, but I don't think they can get close anytime soon. But at least there are people who wants to go to space to actually see, you know, to actually see what's going on out there. I would love to too. You know,
I mean,
just be out there and see what the Earth looks like
absolutely.
without.
Absolutely. I mean, I was having a conversation with a couple. I wasn't even having a conversation. Someone was talking about it. Like, why would you want to go to outer space? Like, that's stupid. Like, that's a waste of money. You have $250,000 and you're going to space. If I have it, I'll spend it.
I'll go.
I'll spend it, and I'll spend it with my family. We'll do a family vacation in space. You understand? Like, it's something that is interesting.
Okay, so coming from the street perspective, like I'm a street boy, right? That is my background, awesome. You know, and I know so many of these guys out there, they don't even believe there's access to all these companies we are talking about from this part of the world. They'll tell you their mindset is before they can invest into this company like this is until they go to America or they go to the UK.
Until you're rich, so
until you're rich, you know, things like that.
Yeah.
So if I want to, you know, educate guys like that, right? I know Bamboo, you guys are fantastic. But what are the things I can tell them, to make them know that, okay, this thing is possible here. Look for this app. You can trade this. Then if they want to trade, do they have to come through a representative from Bamboo, or they can go on the platform and trade themselves?
Certainly.
Yeah, I think you should give us more insights about Bamboo.
Awesome. I'd be very happy to talk about that. So I'm sorry. I'm such a sell-off. Okay, so let's talk about that. A year and a half ago, or 2 years ago, this conversation that we're having right now, it couldn't have been possible. So those people that have the opinions that it's not possible, like, they're not entirely incorrect, because 2 years ago it wasn't possible. A man like myself with my chicken change could not even consider the thought of investing in the US stock market, because that access wasn't available. Aside the fact that it wasn't available, I mean, they don't rate Nigerians. Do you want to give us your fraud money? No, no, thank you. You understand what I'm trying to say? They were typically opportunities that were only available to the already wealthy people, the high net worth individuals, the ultra high net worth individuals, the people who had $100,000, 200. In fact, maybe even $100,000 is probably never good enough back then, like $2 million. And that's what Bamboo set out to correct, right? What we've done is to create a platform for wealth generation from the ground up. You understand? I mean, similar to when you're building a house with bamboo sticks, that is where Bamboo comes in. And what Bamboo has done, or what we still continually try to do, is we're trying to create a platform where the layman, the youth, the eyes, the people like us, even the people who haven't reached where we are, and the people who are much higher than where we are, we all have access to this platform right on our fingertips. You understand? And what then happens is that through Bamboo, you can invest in US companies. You can invest in the stocks of companies that you interact with every day, that you love, that you never thought you could. So for example, and with Bamboo, the least you need to get started is $20, which is 10,000 Naira.
For real?
Yes. Let me say it again. When people are doing your short clip, that should be like
for real, 20,000.
Not 20.
10,000 Naira.
10,000. In fact, $20 times 450 is about 9,000 to 10,000. No, 10,000 Naira. That's all you need to get started. So first off, like, if you're if you're watching this video right now,
when you say get started, is it like to sign up on the platform or to trade?
To trade. We're not collecting your money. It's to trade. It's to trade. So if you're looking at me right now, I feel like, and you're still pushing that conversation to 2 days from now, 2 years from now, you're saying, let me wait till I have 100K. Let me wait till I have 2 million. Let me wait till I have... Stop that nonsense. Stop deceiving yourself. If you don't get started now, you're not going to get started at all. You understand? So with Bamboo at your fingertips, with just 10,000, in fact, you can open the app. You don't even need 10,000 Naira to download the app. Download the app for free. Look at it. Look at the stocks there. Look at things that are interesting. And then you deposit 10,000 Naira, shikina. And that 10,000 Naira is completely yours to start trading with. And it's not that somebody's coming to tell you that this is what you should invest in, or you give your money to someone else to trade for you. No, it's you. You handle it. You're the king and you're the queen of your own finances. And through Bamboo, you're now able to invest in stocks of US companies like Facebook, Google, Amazon, Tesla, Netflix. You understand?
Are your numbers showing up as dollars, or you still track your numbers in Naira?
Your choice. So we for the sake of user experience, your money, your asset is in dollar. Your asset is in dollar. You're investing in a dollar asset. It is backed by the dollar. Even if Naira is falling down, your dollar value is still dollar value. You understand what I'm saying? Like, dollar is there. But in case you prefer relating with Naira, you can we'll just do the exchange rate multiplication there. That one, you can either see your assets in Naira or dollar, but the asset itself is in dollar, right? And essentially, as we're saying, like, something that you couldn't have access to right from your phone, you can start investing in this. And there's something we joke a lot about at Bamboo. I mean, you're using the latest iPhone, Pepe Dem Gang, iPhone 12 Pro Max.
Yes.
And you don't have Apple shares. Like, why are you punishing yourself? Every month you pay $10 or $12 for Netflix. You watch it, yet you don't have their shares. Where's your focus? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
You're using the latest Microsoft Surface Pro, or you're using the latest Android phone. It seems like maybe I've been going big on Apple. You're using no, like let's have that conversation.
Yeah, right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you're using the latest Samsung S20 Ultra something, or you're using your Techno Camon, and you're using that, and what is powering the phone that you're using is the Android software, right? And who created the Android software? It's Google.
Yes.
Google owns it. You're using Gmail every day. Google owns it. You're using Google to search. You're using Google to search. Google owns Google. You're watching YouTube. You're a YouTube influencer. You understand what I'm saying? You're a YouTube influencer. You say, hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Google owns it. Consider buying Google stock also. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So in a way, one reason why I really love this is, one, aside the fact that I'm able to make a great amount of money.
A shitload. You wanted to say shitload.
Excuse me.
You know what they call shit money? Prince. He actually wanted to say, apart from the fact that I make shitload of money from this platform.
You understand? Like, when, aside the fact that you have an opportunity that your parents couldn't think of, 5 years ago you couldn't think of it, you didn't have that access. Yeah. Aside the fact that an 18-year-old boy or girl who is in school, who is in Unilag or is in Uniben, as long as you have you're a Nigerian citizen and you have your BVN, there's nothing stopping you from having access to foreign markets. Then sis, bro, get up. Get up and get started.
Get up. So, interesting. So the fact that they can have access to all those US companies directly from their phone is a plus and a relief to so many people, because so many people don't have this information, and that is where Bamboo comes in. So what happens to, how about Nigerian companies? Do you guys have Nigerian companies on the platform too?
Not at the moment.
Why?
Not at the moment. Okay, so starting out, when you're...
Okay, before you start out, is there stock exchange markets in this country?
Yes, there is. Oh, there is. There
they're doing well.
Okay,
so what happened to our own stock?
There is.
You laughing now, Funmi?
No, it's funny.
Funmi, give me Funmi.
I can't even hide my distaste. I'm sorry. He says it all over. The look is over. I mean, calm down. I mean, there's every possibility that we would have it on the platform. I don't know. But starting out, when you're creating a company, you're creating a brand, you want to create an identity. And for us, it was more important to bring what isn't available. I mean, you can still invest in your Nigerian companies. If you can get a broker, that one was still available. We wanted to put out something that is not available, something that is spectacular, something you couldn't think of. And that for us was and is the US stock market. You understand?
Yeah.
So quite all right. Like, the Nigerian stock exchange is also pretty good. I mean, I was inside the Nigerian stock exchange for a couple months to years before I took out my money. I said, I don't want it again. And I left it. I mean, it's just my personal opinion, once again. You understand? And then Bamboo came along with something incredible. And I'm like, yes,
this is it.
You right there. Yeah. That's what I want. So, yeah, in the near future, we probably could have the Nigerian... Because there's this... I mean, you have to grow as a company. So there's the potential to go beyond just a stock market or a US stock market company, to start offering different types of asset classes, being more like a marketplace, the go-to shop for all of these things, different types of assets. Maybe I don't want to drop anything. You understand? But like, there's a potential for that. But at the moment, no, we don't offer Nigerian stocks.
Oh, nice.
We don't.
Nice.
Also, and let me come in also. Sorry another reason why I'll say that is, I mean, did you see what happened to Naira last year?
Do you realize what you say is, have you seen what's been happening to Naira for years?
You're right. Because we actually make it seem like it was just last year.
No, it's
for years.
For years.
But let's even still leave it as last year. If you're earning in Naira and you don't have investments or savings that are in dollars, you need to, as at last year, you needed to have made at least 30% more. Or is it even 40 or 50% more for the value of what you had to be preserved?
Yes.
You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Because what happened was there was a huge wipeout of value compared to other currencies. And even within here, that's why I say dollar to $1. You understand what I'm trying to say? So let's say I was earning 100,000 Naira as at January last year. What my 100,000 Naira could do for me January last year is not what it can do now. It's not what it could do even August last year. However, what my $100 of last year could do then is similar to what it can do right now. Maybe just a difference of 2 to 5%, or maybe a difference of one. I mean, the inflation rate is about 1.5. You understand? But Nigeria, we have an inflation rate of about 12%, and aside the inflation rate, we now had the exchange rate scatter.
Yes.
Do you get what I'm saying? So at this point in time, it's just a healthier choice, because it's if bamboo was the gift that keeps on giving, the Naira is a gift that keeps on taking.
Yeah.
Because you sit there, you're like, and this circle back to what we're saying about you having 10 million Naira and keeping it in the bank account just to open your bank app and look at it and think you've arrived. Bro, sis, get up. Because what is happening is quite alright. The 10 million Naira you saw then, you're still seeing it as 10 million Naira.
Yeah.
But it can't do what it could
10 million
do.
Naira could do, yeah.
It just
Yeah,
can't.
I know back in the days you could build a house with 10 million
Are you serious?
in this country. Yeah,
Are you serious?
in the early, probably 80s. You get, but you can't do shit with 10 million right now. You know, it's nothing. You know, that's that's quite interesting. You know, so do you? Okay, before I ask that question, let me think about something. This Naira to dollar conversion, right? $1 is almost 500 Naira now, right?
About
And there's-
470.
Yes, there's a video I saw. I don't know if you can find that video by former minister of finance or something, Aldo Ogbe, that was saying, you know the video I'm
I
talking
don't know
about?
the video, but
Yeah, I'll
just
tell
say
you about
you
it.
just
If
say
you don't know the video, I'll
tell me
play it for
about
you.
it. Tell me about
That was
it.
saying the Western world made us deregulate the Naira for over the dollars for 27 years, and that is why the dollar has been. You know this video? I'm sure you know this video.
No, I swear to God, I don't.
Did you see the video?
What's his name?
Aldo Ogbe.
I don't know the video.
He talks about why the
But keep going.
he talks about why the Naira has been devalued, like based on some international laws,
IMF. It's not
IMF
law.
and all those things. I don't get it. I'm looking for somebody that gets it to explain.
I'm
That's
not
why we
a
call
man,
this
no.
original intelligence.
I'm
We need people that-
not a man. To be honest, I'm not the man.
What is-
However, what I'll tell you is, I feel like blaming it on the Western world is such an irresponsible way to tackle it. And the reason why I would say that is, at the end of the day, they did not put a gun to your head before you took out certain actions. These actions were either taken because the people who made those decisions were not as knowledgeable. You understand? So they're not as educated. They're not smart enough to be in the position where they are to make those types of decisions. You understand what I'm saying? So that could be one reason. Another reason is they made those decisions because it was profiting they themselves, while it was not profiting the
others.
people at large. You understand what I'm saying? So, because, for example, I'm not even going to lie, like, I could be wrong, but I know I'm not wrong. I mean, when certain policy changes are made or certain decisions are made, maybe they're saying, oh, IMF or World Bank said, do this, do that. Maybe it's because they wanted to get a loan. Maybe, I mean, like, when you put yourself at the mercy of these people, like, you're literally putting yourself at the mercy of these people, and then you're coming back to complain and say that is the British, is the Europeans, why do you want their money?
Yeah, I think it's all about the World Bank and the IMF.
Exactly.
Those are the guys
And
that
now we're going
control
to
the
China.
shit to get
So,
money.
so if care is not taken, which most likely care isn't currently being taken, 10 years from now, 15 years from now, we're still going to have... I'll be having it with you, but like people will still be having this conversation, this same conversation where like, now China is making the value of
Now
our
dollar
Naira
is
drop.
700
No, get up and fix up your currency, fix up your policies, fix up your economy.
Yeah, I think for me, man. Like I said, I always talk to my street people. You know, I think you guys need to start fixing up your finance. Your educate yourself on how money works. You know, especially in these foreign currencies, because if you trade in this Naira, bro, if you carry this your Naira go Yankee, if they change that for you, you go fear. You just be like, you don't have money. I'm telling you, it's crazy.
You're right.
And finally, let me ask the last question. Do you think everybody can be rich?
No,
Why?
I'm not. I don't have a.
Why? If the okay,
No, so let me.
Okay.
Okay, I feel like my answer was too blunt. Before it does, people come and say my pastor said we're all going to be rich. Sorry, here's the thing. I don't think everybody's going to be rich. But everybody can learn what it takes to be rich. Everybody can learn what it takes. In fact, not even everybody, because at the end of the day, there's still an information gap. But like everybody can take it upon themselves to learn what it takes to be rich, to practice the principles of wealth, to learn more, to learn how to save, to learn how to invest, to realize that it's not good enough to save, that you also have to invest. And when you're investing, it's not to be greedy and go for 30% a month. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, it's possible, but like be intelligent about it. Everybody
has potential to be rich.
Even still, that potential is that's still not the word. Everybody can learn what it takes to be rich.
Okay.
Everybody can take it upon themselves to learn what it takes to be rich. But I don't think everybody's going to be rich.
Deep.
I'm sorry, like if you watch this video for 1 hour and then you heard me say that story, I'm sorry. Like trust me, the fact that you even stayed up to this point, you're gonna be rich.
Yeah, because I know a lot of guys are out there looking for information. They just couldn't get it, and that was why I said we should bring you in. Because they don't know these things are available. Are there any other companies that does the same thing Bamboo does?
Yeah, so we have a lot of I mean, like, Nigerians were brilliant. We have a lot of tech companies doing some really, really incredible things that are helping Nigerians grow their wealth.
Fantastic guys, man.
And for the sake of information, I mean, I'll mention a couple. So you might have an example like PiggyVest. They're helping you save and invest. You have an example like CrowdyVest. I think there's CrowdyVest. You know, there a bunch of companies within that space. I mean, PettySave, like I'm just seeing what comes up to my head right now. There are a bunch of companies within that space that are helping you invest in certain assets right from your phone. So you no longer have to go through this. Nowadays all you need is just a phone number and a BVN for the sake of identity, for the sake of security. You know that okay, this person is actually who they say they are. You understand? And just open your phone. Like I feel like we say that there's an information problem, but still in this day and age, or in the information age, as long as you have a smartphone, you don't have an excuse. Like what apps are you looking for? Do you get what I'm saying? Like what are you googling? So when you Google like savings and investments apps in Nigeria, you see a bunch of them. You'd see investment apps. You see Bamboo. You'd see our competitors, and then you'd see savings, companies within that space. Like
okay, so for the regular guys out there, how do they get on Bamboo?
So if you want to get on Bamboo, it's a very easy process. What you have to do is you need to go to your app store.
Play Store,
App Store. So Play Store, App Store. If you're using an Android phone, go to Play Store. If you're using an iPhone, go to the App Store. And then you essentially just type in Bamboo Invest.
Bamboo.
So BAMBOO.
Okay, Bamboo Invest. That's invest.
I mean, like you could just put it there for the sake of to narrow down your search.
Okay.
So Bamboo Invest. Our logo is green and it's really pretty. You understand? When you see the app, you know it's the app. So once you download the app, you have to go through the onboarding process, which is very simple. Your name, your email address, your phone number, your name, and you provide some necessary information. We would ask for your BVN. The reason why we ask for your BVN is just for the sake of to identify you, to see that the name that you're submitting is the same as what is attached to your BVN, to know that you're actually a human being. Because you understand what I'm saying? I mean, we're dealing with US regulators. We can't have wahala. We need to just know who you are. Nobody's doing anything with your BVN. We just need to verify your identity. Nobody's sharing it. So you put in your information, your name, your email address, go through the onboarding process, put in your BVN, put in all of that, and within 3 minutes from when you've downloaded the app, you're already on the platform. And what next? Once you're on the platform, look at it, get a feel of it, see all these stocks. For some people, when they look at it, because aside the fact that the app is beautiful, even though the app is very beautiful, like there are some people that when they see it, it just scares them. Like what is all of this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, it scares them. So don't be frightened, my dear one. Look at it. calm down. We even have a learn section where you can learn. You can read some articles and you can learn about how to use the Bamboo app or how to invest generally. Once you've done that and you're ready to get started, what you then want to do is you want to make a deposit. So you deposit, like I said, the minimum deposit to get started is 10,000 naira. So you deposit either your 10,000 naira or your $10,000 or whatever.
You deposit? You pay to.
So they're multiple options.
Okay.
So once you click the deposit option, it gives you like 5 different options. You can either use your card.
Okay.
Either you do it online with your card or use your bank. You use your bank, like you transfer. We give you an account detail and you transfer to it. That's if you want to use your Naira, or you could be using dollar. You could be transfer from dollar. You could use like a US dollar card, or you could transfer from you could do a wire transfer. You could do a bank. Like there's so many options. It's really easy. It's not complicated. So you choose the deposit option. You deposit your money, and then depending on whether you choose the instant deposit or the normal deposits. If it's instant deposit, it gets done immediately. If it's normal deposit, it takes about 1 or 2 days for it to reflect. Okay. For us to say that, okay, yes, this one's actually really a human being and this is real. It reflects. Once it has reflected, you have your money. You see it
right there in your
completely.
dashboard.
You're looking at it. It is yours. And then once you should do your research. So don't say because Funmi mentioned Virgin Galactic or Disney or Tesla. Nah, calm down. Do your own research. Put the money there first of all so you can run away from Naira. And then once you put it there, you're more likely to put in some more as time goes on, right? So you put it there. First, keep it there. It's totally secure. It's totally safe. Put it there. Once you then have it there, the next thing you do is you do your research. What type of investor am I? Google, what type of companies do I buy? How much money do I want to make? Am I afraid? Am I the type of person that if I see that this thing is down just 5% or down 10%, I'll run away. Then you should start knowing the type of companies you're buying. You understand what I'm saying? If you're the type of person that lets it fall down 30%, will die there. You understand? Then you know the type of companies you look for. Once you've done your research, you then say, okay, this company, you've made your short list. I want to purchase these 2 companies or these 5 companies. And then you spread your money across them. I want to buy Google. I want to buy Facebook. I want to buy. And I should say one thing, last thing on this topic. We offer a feature called fractional investing. Okay. And what fractional investing is that there's some companies that their share price, they're astronomical. So for example, the price of Google is about $1,500. Yes. The price of Apple is about $130. The price of Amazon is about $2,500. $3,000. Great. About $3,000. And then there's even Berkshire Hathaway that's about $250,000. Yes. You understand? But don't be scared. Okay, don't be scared. Okay. You know, I said that with as little as 10,000 naira, you can already get started on the app. I would then further tell you that you can buy $1 worth of a stock. $1 is 450 naira. So you can buy 450 naira worth of a stock. Because so the fact that you see that Tesla is trading at $800, you don't need to bring $800 before you can buy Tesla. You can use your $1 and buy $1 worth of Tesla. Does that make sense? So you can buy it in fraction. You can buy a fraction of it. So let's say there's a huge cake. Quite alright, you cannot pay for the entire cake. Then just buy a slice of it. That's what fractional investing is. So with Bamboo, you can do that. So $1, 50 cents, whatever amount of money you have, no matter how little or how large, we can take it.
So do you guys also give advice or suggestions to guys? Okay, buy this, like consultancy services. Do you guys do that to,
okay, so
to your users? Or is there a system whereby you educate your users?
Yeah, exactly. So I should say that at the moment we're not legally permitted to give investment advice. We can't give you direct buy this, sell that, do this. What we can do is we can give you a nudge. Yes. So for example, we educate you everything that's going on. We put out newsletters, we send you emails, we put out blog posts. You follow us on Instagram, you follow us on Twitter. You see what we're constantly putting out, and we're telling you what's happening in the stock market. So for example, you know the way we had conversations about Tesla and the electronic vehicle. You might be interested in the electronic vehicle space, but Tesla is not the only company there. Yes. There are other companies there. There's NIO, there's Solo, there are a bunch of companies there. So we have posts saying, are you looking at the EV sector? These are companies within that space. Are you looking at the e-commerce sector? There's Amazon, there's Etsy, there's Shopify, and on and on and on. You understand what I'm trying to say? So we educate you. We teach you the basics of investing. And we're creating something really incredible in the coming months. It hasn't launched. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag.
Okay.
I'm not going to be too premature about it.
Okay, but you're going to tell me when we are off camera, right?
I mean, I've had a great time, for sure. Why not? You understand what I'm trying to say? So, what we try to do is we're very big on education, and if anything, that's one thing that we do much better than every competitor in like in the space. There's no competitor in Nigeria, or even generally, even Robinhood, they don't care about you. That would educate you about the stock market and investing as much as we do, because like you said, there's an information gap.
Yes.
So we have taken it upon ourselves to constantly educate our users, puts out information that educates our users, bring them up to date, bring them up to speed, let them know how their investments are doing and the types of companies they should be looking at. I mean, for example, when the US election was happening in November, we had created series of posts educating our users, saying that, okay, in this election there might be volatility, maybe because the market is scared, just don't be scared. That one is just to calm you down. We also did something like, if Trump wins, these are the types of companies that you might see that would do well in a Trump administration. If Biden wins, which he did, these are the type of companies that will be doing well. So you're talking about electronic vehicle companies, you're talking about cannabis companies, just things like that within that space. So we do not tell you buy or sell, you understand, but we've nudged you in the right direction. So we actually guide you much better, and we take it upon ourselves to educate you and fill up that information gap.
Oh, nice. So tell us where we can get Bamboo on social media and your own personal, because I know my people, they want to listen to. They just come after you. Go Bamboo, Alpha,
I did,
yeah. So what's
Bamboo at Invest Bamboo.
At Invest Bamboo on Instagram,
Twitter, Instagram, everything at Invest Bamboo. So all you have to do is just at Invest let me spell it INVEST Bamboo BAMBOO Invest Bamboo. So you can get Bamboo from there. My handle, my name is Funmi Soewu, so you can just check for Funmi Soewu, FUNMISOEWU.
Okay. Or when you go to Bamboo and go and check all the followers, you see Funmi.
We have 10K followers. If you're willing to do that,
look for every
you deserve to follow me. But yeah. Okay, this has been awesome. Thank you so much.
It's been nice talking to you.
Thank you so much,
guys. Hope you invest too. Love you, everybody.
We've done a great deal.
Love you. See you. Bye.
Oh, my name is Jobless. Oh yeah, package. Oh, my name is Jobless. Oh yeah, package.